important to set aside some chunk of money before spending rather than waiting for the end of the month to save what is left by. Saving money prevents you from sinking deeper into debt by providing a buffer when you hit a streak of bad luck. Like, anything can actually just happen. So having some money set aside would always provide some buffer for you. If you're barely surviving from paycheck to paycheck, you might be wondering where to find the money to save. But Erin Lowry provides 2 ways to get yourself into savings and out of this situation by earning more or spending less. This might sound like it's easier said than done, but while it might not be easy for you to just quickly start earning more, I mean, what is within your control is that you can actually start spending less. So by splashing your spending, you have the opportunity to divert the extra money into savings. And that key lesson for me here is when she spoke about the importance of automating your savings, so you're not tempted to spend the money before you save. You can do this by setting it up with your bank to route directly from your salary account into your savings account. But if you have a strong self-control, you can transfer the money into your savings account by yourself as soon as the salary hits your account. Also, as you develop the habit of savings, you should also give each cash a purpose. This is more like assigning a task to the cash. I kind of feel like this does something to your psyche that just makes you not see the money as a free money that is available for unplanned spending. She identified emergency saving as a crucial and important savings, more like the first savings you need. The emergency fund is kind of part of your overall saving strategy. The emergency fund serves as your panic box when your budgets buster strike and leaves your bank accounts drained. This fund kind of acts like a buffer when something unexpected happens and it's just there. You do not touch it. Classic financial wisdom dictates that you have at least 6 months of your living expenses saved. But mind you, this is not an easy thing to do. Like, you do not just wake up and grow your savings overnight. Like I said earlier from the book, the most important thing is that you're consistent and you're developing your savings habits. So another secret to savings is actually putting the money in an account which you do not see. Remember what they say about out of sight being out of mind. This actually works here because your saving is not just sitting right in front of you and waiting to be spent. Like, sort of expenses that occur on a particular time, like looming expenses. An example of this is like Christmas that comes on the 25th of every year. So planning towards that, having a separate savings account where you save for the expenses that would be made during the Christmas season would help you not dip into your emergency savings when Christmas season occurs. Other looming expenses that might pop up might be like your friend's wedding, and might probably be chosen to be a bridesmaid or a chief bridesmaid or something like that. And for me, this is one lesson I wish I probably learned earlier, because personally I can because personally I've actually spent a lot of money on the different bridesmaids that I've been involved in, and at the end of the day, it just sort of feels like I always go into my savings to actually fund this. But if I had learned this lesson earlier, I would probably have prepared a separate account, when stuff like Ashwebi come up and I really have to, because really you really don't have to buy the Ashwebi or be a bridesmaid if it's beyond your control, like if it's not going to favor your own budget. But if you have to because you just want to be there for your friends and stuff like this come up and you really have to be there, then it helps to prepare before time by keeping little money aside, and you might just call it your contingency money for Ashwebi, or you might just call it your money for Ashwebi or bridesmaid stuff that might come up and be able to draw from it to fund such expenses rather than going deep into your emergency saving. The idea is that you do not touch your emergency saving because that's your panic money. And then when you go out with friends, if you should be able to stand up politely for yourself, like stay within your budget. Like even if everybody's ordering for stuffs and is out of your budget, be bold enough to stay within your budget. Like nobody overdo past yourself, because at the end of the day your friends might actually be funding the outing from a different cash flow. Like they might be earning more than you won. Secondly, they might even have a sponsor that is funding the outing, and while you're spending from your own savings. So at the end of the day, you'll be at a loss if you are not able to stand up for yourself. So learn to stand up for yourself. I found the chapter on investing very interesting too. I loved how she made investing in stocks seem easy. Like it's something I've always been scared of, because I'm extremely risk averse and I hate to lose money when I invest. So I rarely consider investing in variable income securities. Some of the misconceptions about investing were really explained and clarified. I love that she explained the terms that usually seem ambiguous to people with little knowledge of investing. You might feel like you are not investing, but come to think of it, if you're already enrolled in your organization's contributory pensions, then towards saving for your retirement, then you're actually investing. The only difference is that your portfolio is being managed by the pension fund and not you. But aside from having a pension towards your retirement, you can plan towards investing outside that. The thing with investing young person is the power behind compounded interest. Is the basic way to understand compound interest is that it's your interest gaining interest. And compound interest actually favors the young because you have a longer time to get a return and weather the ups and downs of the market. The key learning point for me on the investing session is understanding that the market is cyclical, and this means that it rises and falls with investing. It rises and falls and helps to know your risk tolerance. And this is more like knowing how much risks you are able to take. When you know how much risks you're able to take, you know how much you're able to put in a variable investment or a more risky. Erin Lowry advocates that you take advantage of the retirement plans offered by your organization. In Nigeria, it is the contributory pension scheme, and if an employer has at least 3 staff, they should be enrolled in the pension. And there's also the micro pension scheme, which kind of allows individuals and freelancers to be enrolled. Don't join the group of people saying who pension help, because at the end of the day it's your benefit and it's free money. Like, who loses free money? I mean, your employer is mandated by the act to contribute 10% of your salary towards your retirement. That's like free money. So you deciding not to get enrolled is you not taking advantage of that free money, and this money is invested. And remember what I said about the value of compound interest. Waiting a month or even a year longer is even to your disadvantage, because at the end of the day, someone who enrolled earlier and has been on the scheme, and even if the person is your peer on the same job with you, someone who has enrolled will actually at the end of the day have more on their pension compared to you. Yeah, Broke Millennials was very conversational and relatable, and I think it's a book for anyone who wants to get serious about their financial life, get out of debt, to learn to stand up from awkward situations with friends, to learn about savings and investments, and ultimately how to plan towards retirement. And in addition, even though it's focused on millennials, I feel like it's never too late to get it right. It's never too late to start saving. It's never too late to really start investing. And it's never too late to get your financial life together. So, yeah, thank you for staying tuned.